What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. I got Sandstorm with me. How you doing, man?
What up? What up? Doing pretty good.
Okay, if you can tell by the title, Disney Plus dropped the first two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's what we're gonna be talking about. We're going back and forth and trying to think of how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna just do it episode one and then episode two. So it's probably gonna be a little bit longer than normal, but bear with us. It wasn't my fault. They dropped two episodes, not on me. So Kenobi starts off with the recap. Before I
That was
start,
the longest recap ever.
before I start, this is going to be spoiler filled, so y'all know this. If you don't want to know, I did do a blog post that's has no spoilers in it, so y'all can go to the blog site to read the blog, and you can get non spoiler and come back and watch this after you watch the episode. But this is gonna be spoiler filled. So yeah, the recap was 4 minutes, but to me it wasn't bad
Mm,
because they just doing the highlights of Obi-Wan's story from the prequel to this.
right.
Which, if you haven't seen the prequel trilogy in a while, because of various reasons, I can understand why you wouldn't. I really can, but yeah, they throw that in there for everybody. And to me, it's not bad. So they started off with that, and then they go into the episode, which starts off with Order 66, and
Yeah.
a group of the slowest running kids I've ever seen in my life. This is gonna be a
hmm
recurring theme, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I,
yeah.
I
Made me
don't
wonder.
don't know what is up with the first episode. For some reason, they have kids running in here, and they have characters running. And did you find the running to be odd?
Yeah, especially when they're running after kids. I'm like, how are you not catching them?
Yeah,
Like, what's what's exactly going on here? Is this a Star Wars where kids run faster than grown people, or is this what's going on here?
it's kind of see. It's different if they had like a head start and they had somebody like defend, like in the first in the opening,
hmm
they had like a Jedi Knight fighting, and they were just trying to hide to avoid blast fire. So it was kind of okay.
Right.
Because once again, you got to remember all these kids are Force kids. These ain't
hmm
normal kids.
Right.
But still, you're like, why y'all running like that?
They running like they not supposed to run in a museum.
Yeah, they're running like somebody
Fa-
pushed the pause button. They still trying to go.
Fast walking more like.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. And at first, when you first watch, you're like, okay, that's kind of understandable. I guess they trying to go with it because they would be scared. They are
hmm
kids, and if you remember Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin walked in there,
It was over.
you knew the way he was looking and the way they did that shot with him. Just they was the kids was all happy to see him, and then that lightsaber turned on, and you're like, oh no. so,
Right.
so
Not
I
the kids,
mean,
Anakin. Not the kids.
not the kids. And then you remembered in Attack of the Clones, oh yeah, he kills kids too.
hmm
Like he don't he ain't about leaving witnesses.
No.
So, but yeah, that part was just kind of funny. It shouldn't be funny, but it was to me
Right.
just because I understand. I've seen Order 66 so many times, it doesn't even traumatize me at this point. It's just like,
hmm
okay, we still gotta show Order 66. All right, let's do it.
It's crazy too. What's interesting is it was almost because how I remember Order 66 was, uh start Order 66, and then you see just a bunch of people getting that, but how they played it out in the show was that it was on a loop, like Order 66,
Yeah.
Order 66. So it sounded more like a what is that, like a psychological thing,
Hmm.
which is really interesting. So
Yeah, that part was interesting too. I'll give you that. It was the how they did it, the way they did it, the Jedi's not knowing and then just being overrun.
hmm
But one thing that always threw me off about Order 66 was, yeah, they got younglings in there and they're training them, but they didn't train them how to do nothing.
right, no blacking skills.
Like no shielding, no nothing. So
I think they all had like minor talents that never
yeah,
grew, but like I don't I think they just were like here's Jedi preschool. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like y'all get to play with stuff, but y'all ain't really learning. Y'all ain't really learning a whole bunch yet.
yeah. Clearly they weren't Saiyans, but yeah.
Nah.
So, but yeah, that it's a sad sequence, but it's kind of funny just because of the like I said, the recurring theme of children running. Trust me, it's a
Mhm.
recurring theme in the episode.
Mhm.
When you pay attention to it, you're gonna be like, okay, y'all could have did something better with this. But
Yeah.
y'all could did something better with this. Um, but then we get to see the Inquisitors because we going back to everybody's favorite Star Wars planet, Tatooine.
Of course. More Tatooine. Yay. More Tatooine
At
because
this
we're not
point,
done.
at this point, if you're trying to hide from the damn Empire,
It's
going to
not on
Tatooine must be the
Tatooine.
worst idea because
It's not Tatooine.
everybody goes there.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to go hide. Where are you going to go? Where's Jabba the Hutt's planet at? Y'all want to go to Tatooine? Yeah, nobody look for us there, but everybody's going there. Don't matter. Nobody
Right.
look for us there.
If we all hide here, it's gonna be a good hiding spot. I
Like,
swear it is.
like, they
All
had
there
two
is
sons.
all there is desert. There's nobody else around. That's exactly why they're finding you.
Yeah. Like, what? Like, dang, man. Shoot, if it was me, I'd go straight to Coruscant.
You know,
And
a
people are like, well,
busy
why would you go
place.
to Coruscant? Because they ain't gonna think to look for me there.
Yeah, busy place.
It's a
And
bit,
it's right there. It's
yeah,
right where the Empire, the Senate, and all that is founded. Ain't
yeah.
nobody gonna
So they
find
ain't
you
gonna blow
there.
that up.
Nah, nah.
But I want to ask you, Sandstorm. Okay, so Obi-Wan is clearly he's having PTSD. He's trying to hide out.
Hmm.
Do you think it's stupid of him to not done anything like dye his hair, shave his beard, put contacts in his eyes,
I
anything? Because
mean,
he literally looks like Kenobi. So you're like, dude, if anybody comes there, if they have a picture of you, they're gonna be like, "Yep, that's you."
to
Which
be
happens, by the
honest,
way, in the episode, by the way.
to
But you're
be
like, you didn't do nothing.
to be honest, I think he did a perfect job of hiding himself. He changed his name to Ben.
Yeah, people. There's a young Jedi who the Inquisitors have tracked to Tatooine, of course, and he gets away from the Inquisitors. And I'm going to get to the Inquisitors in a minute, but I just want to get on this topic because he finds Obi-Wan, looks at Obi-Wan like, General Kenobi, I found you. We need to, like, my name's Ben. I wanted that dude to turn to the camera and do this and turn back and be like, he literally looks the same. Like he didn't change anything. Like it normally when you go into hiding, you change something about yourself
Mhm.
so that when people do come, they can't put a poster up or a hologram up or something and basically say, this you. The only thing that they did with Ewan McGregor was, okay, his hair grew out a little bit.
Yeah. And you know what? I to even get on that, and this is kind of with the same thing that we was just talking about with Tatooine. He not only gets found once, but he gets found twice, and
Yeah,
he's supposed to be in hiding.
yeah. But once again, he doesn't he doesn't change anything about him. So I'm like,
No.
okay, dude. And then I understand that because the best parts of this episode, and this is a whole set, the whole episode one is a setup episode, fantastically shot, by the way.
Hmm.
But it shows like him going through PTSD, like he has severe PTSD.
Hmm.
But I'm going to tell you people right now, ain't no way in hell I'm hiding my lightsaber, my blast out in the middle of the desert, and I know I'm on the run.
Right.
Like that's gonna be at my house
Hmm.
or where I'm living or wherever I'm staying. Cause he's staying in the cave. I'm like, look, it's gonna be there with me. I ain't finna be stupid now. My blaster and my lightsaber gonna be with me just in
Yeah,
case I
because
need, just in case I need it. And from the way it comes out, he don't even train in the force no more, which means his skill has depleted for real.
yeah, he when he goes to his cave, he's got an alarm system, and normally Jedi can usually sense when something's off, and so every time he goes in front of the cave, it'll let him know if somebody's in there or not. Like that's how separated he really is. Um, Even to the point where he even tells the other guy who's looking for him, like, you should probably do the same thing. You should probably just throw your stuff down. um is this is the episode where he gets asked multiple times, like, for help. He's
Yeah.
like,
Nope.
not doing it.
Yeah. The first time what he should have did with that dude, because I knew that dude was gonna get killed. I'm like, bro, you finna die. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
'cause you first of all, you stupid. Like
Mm-hmm.
the dude is monologuing. Let the dude. It's 3-on-1, and you
Right.
clearly don't know how to fight.
Right.
Clearly, so if you know you don't know how to fight, and you got three hyper aggressive wannabe Sith after you with full on
Mm-hmm.
lightsabers and armor, you may want to be like, you know what? I'm not going to bars. I'm not going to cantinas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going. If I have to go somewhere, I'll go to the market, grab some food, and get the hell on out of sight. If
Right.
somebody need my help, I will help them in quiet. But they ain't gonna know I helped them.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know I helped them. You know. So that's how they pretty much caught him, and he gets away. But as soon as he finds Kenobi, I'm like, dude, get off the planet. Because once you know that they found you, get off the planet. You know you can't
Mm-hmm.
beat all three of them. Get off the planet.
You ain't hiding nowhere.
Yeah.
At least not in Tatooine, because
Nah.
all there is sand and hills. So.
Yeah. Unless you finna work for the Pikes or something like that, you better get off Tatooine for real.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of stupid. Now the Inquisitors themselves, they brought. I'm thinking this is the guy they brought from Rebels. He's the pale dude with the two things under his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been doing that with their shows. They've been bringing people from the animated series into the live action.
Yeah.
Great job, by the way, of doing that, because I
Finally.
actually, yeah, it makes it feel more. I don't want to say real, but it makes it feel more relevant when you do it
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
But the Inquisitors, the way they have it set up, the third sister, she's the black lady y'all see on all the trailers and a lot of the promotional stuff.
Love her.
She clearly is angry.
Mm-hmm. It's personal.
Yeah, like she very, very angry. I have a theory about who she might be, but she's clearly angry at pretty much everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So much so to the point where there was a part in the first episode where I was like, "Will you sit down somewhere? Because you are not helping."
Right.
Like she's seriously not like nobody is good. Like, look, we got the Grand Inquisitor. He doing all the villain monologue, and sometimes I think that's funny just because I'm like, this dude really like to talk.
Yeah.
But she's the one that where you're like, okay, you're not getting what you want either
Mm-hmm.
because you're killing people and people that have nothing to do with anything.
Which
So
is weird too, because between her and the Inquisitors, she's the one who's closest to, like, Sith like,
yeah,
like, oh, but not like any regular Sith like Palpatine Sith like, oh, okay, you're not gonna give me the answers I want. Okay, well, I'm about to kill somebody, and I think the first episode she chopped somebody off. She's like, yo, y'all don't tell me what I want to know. I'm about to chop a hand off, like, and y'all gonna remember I did it.
yeah, like
And somebody did something. She
she did
pulled
it.
that out fast, and she was like, all right, who's next? She
I'm
ain't
like,
playing.
I'm like, okay, we get it. You angry, but your stylist is amazing because your micro braids are on point.
Mhm. Right.
Still, I'm like, I'm just sitting there like, okay, you're angry because and you find out in like the second episode, like in some parts of the first episode, that she's mad because she wants to go after like Kenobi
Hmm.
and not these little Jedi. And I'm sitting there like, okay, but the way you doing it, you ain't making it where people will even try to help you anyway.
Right.
Even if it is out of fear, all you gonna do is just be like, okay, I'm just gonna shut the hell up. You're gonna kill
Yeah.
me anyway, so it don't matter.
Right. I'm about to kill all y'all.
All right, you still ain't gonna find out what you want to know because you're not smart enough. You're so aggressive that you're not smart enough to like play people into telling you the truth.
Right.
Like I, she was way too angry in the first episode. I'll
Yeah,
leave it at that.
yeah.
I kind of got annoyed with her in the first episode. The second episode, I think they toned it back a little bit, and I think it helped out. So when we get to the second episode, you'll find out my thoughts on her then. But for this first episode, third sister,
She was fire.
she was just
She was
way too
on
angry.
fire.
Yeah, I'm like, she was just way too angry for me because it was to the point where I'm like, okay, yeah, you doing all this trash talking, but I bet your first lightsaber fight, you're gonna get jacked up, you know? Like, so like you doing all this, you fighting people that don't want to fight you.
Right. Don't fight Ben when when he finally got his powers back.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna win. Trust me. Ask Vader.
Right. I was just gonna say, tell that to Anakin and his aggressive style. That aggressiveness don't work on him.
Yeah, that aggressive style gets you beat if you try him like that. Because he knows he's not strong like that, but he got other ways of beating you. So like that's the other thing that made it funny to me, because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, Obi-Wan, if she do come after you, you probably gonna, because she's probably not as strong as Anakin. So I'm sure she's not as strong as Anakin. So, like she's gonna make a mistake that he's gonna exploit. But as I told y'all, he hadn't been doing nothing with the Force at all, which he's extremely weak in it. Because they keep going back to like Yoda telling him he was gonna, before they left off of Coruscant to go on their separate missions at the end of 3, he was like, I'm gonna teach you how to commune with your master so you can keep your training up. Apparently Obi-Wan didn't do it.
Yeah. Apparently not, because he keeps through this first episode, even in the second one, he does a whole lot of, speak to me. Yeah, but he doesn't get any words from him. Yeah, I mean, but I think that's also too probably because he has a very declined connection with the Force anyway, so it's not as strong,
Yeah, so I think that's what's good. How they're gonna you know how back in the 80s we had the whole training montage? I think that's how we're going to get his powers back, is he's going to finally be able to talk to...
Be back on par, yeah.
And that's how he's going to get his connection back to where it's supposed to be. Because we know he gets it back, because in A New Hope, he does have it. Yeah. So we know, and if you watch Rebels, you know he has it back because of the fight scene between him and Darth Maul finally.
Right.
So you know he gets it back. So we know that's happening. The other good thing that I actually liked about this episode was the Jawas.
Yeah. We got a fleshed out conversation with the Jawas in subcap, so we know what they're saying. We'll get more.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is, how you gonna steal something? How you gonna break into somebody's crib, steal a part out of something they need, and sell it back to them, not even clean?
He wasn't even smart for it. Like, he could have played it off like, man. The irony is, I kind of got one of these. He was just like, sounds like this is broken. Oh, I got it right here.
Bruh. Come on, man. Broke into that man's house, broke something, took the part out, and sold it back to him.
Go try and sell it back to him.
It didn't even clean it.
Horrible.
I would at least made it look like it was new.
Right. Horrible.
But yeah, the Jawas, they're awesome. Now, the other thing that they do show 10-year-old Luke and Leia. Like Luke, they show him he was, keeping an eye on him. Of course, he goes and talks to Uncle Owen. They get into it a little bit.
I kind of like that because in A New Hope, I mean, that's the beginning of everything. So on the standard of knowing nothing about Star Wars, and then just seeing Luke just meet up. He's talked about, Ben Kenobi. Oh, I don't know Obi-Wan, but I know Ben. And then kind of just seeing him have this thing with Obi-Wan, but it doesn't seem like it seems like this just happened. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't really a relationship or like Ben deeply knowing about him, but knowing about his father. But then just kind of seeing this in the show where, Obi-Wan even like talked to, Uncle Owen and was like, we already had this agreement. Like, when he gets old enough, like, I'm supposed to be training him to use the Force. Like, that is supposed to be a thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you even, it's funny because you even you even get they threw in a little Easter egg in there. I don't know how it's gonna play into it again, but during the Jawa scene, he buys a present for Luke and ends up taking it to
Oh
their
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
But Luke and Obi-Wan never interact. But it's the T-16 Hopper. And he's like playing around with it, which is ironic because in A New Hope, you know, when he's talking to C-3PO, giving him the oil bath, that's what he ends up playing with. He plays with the
Yeah.
T-16. I'm like, oh snaps, okay, so
Like
that was him who did that.
they
Okay.
do their homework. I will give them that. For these Disney Plus shows, for people that hate Disney Plus and think that they shouldn't be doing these shows, these people they put time and effort into it. They
Mm-hmm.
do their homework.
Mm-hmm.
They do their homework. I will give them that. We also get to see 10-year-old Leia.
Mm-hmm. She's
Um,
cute. I like her.
and Jimmy Smits, the immortal Jimmy
Yeah.
Smits, being best dad in the world. You know he let that girl do whatever she wants.
Yeah, that's a real dad right there.
Yeah.
He's a real daddy's girl right there.
Yeah, he let her. She got him wrapped around her finger, and she know it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she's not. She's more like Padme than anything
Mm-hmm.
else. Like she's not, and they let you know that off the rip just by the way she acts. Because of course, you know Bail Organa is the senator,
Right.
so they have to do all these functions and all that, and she don't like going to them.
Mm-hmm.
She rather be out in the woods,
Yep.
which comes to bite her in the behind. But
I think too. I think it's cool too that they, like you said, they gave her her homework. And then and A New Hope, you find out she got a slick mouth. Like her mouth
yeah,
is, she say something to her and she'll bite your head. She'll get you on rip.
yeah,
And that scene where she's talking to her cousin, I'm like, ooh,
like she straight up.
she'll
I'm sitting up there like, God dang, man.
tear you up.
Like bars? We finna have a rap
Yeah,
battle?
hey, she was eating that boy alive. Left him with nothing, scratch.
Yeah. So yeah, that is actually pretty good because this is what leads into the actual second episode because she actually gets kidnapped. Now here's the thing. Here's why I said the running
Hmm.
at the beginning of this review. And old boy Flea from what's that music group?
I just had it too.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
He is the cameo. He's one of the cameos in here because they do have a few cameos, and he plays a mercenary that's kidnapped. They kidnaps Leia.
Hmm.
Now they don't show him running, but it's two cronies. They show them running. These adults cannot catch a 10-year-old who only has like a 4 feet head start.
Adults.
Adults. And they're running in odd ways. Like they're running like this. They're not running like they're running weird.
Yeah.
And I'm
Bent
like,
over like something's about to come in their hands. Like, come
yeah, I'm
on.
like, I don't what nobody runs like that.
Yeah.
So I probably would have shot that sequence a little bit different, like give her like a bigger head start
Hmm.
or something, or give her more where she's like, since she knows the forest better than they do, she's running into stuff that she can get out of, and they can't because they started
Yeah.
doing that toward the end of the little chase sequence.
Yeah. Like she was slipping under stuff. There
Yeah,
should have been more of that.
yeah, but the problem is when it starts, the mercs are here. And, well, let me see if I can get it in camera. I can't. Anyway, the mercs are right there, and she's literally like 3 feet in front of them,
Hmm.
and they can't. They
And they're
should have just
standing
dove
around
and
her.
caught her.
They're standing kind of an arc formation around her.
And I don't. I'm like, why are they? Why do they keep showing people run weird in here?
I thought, even when they shot that scene, I thought they were setting it up. I thought they were running like that because they were setting it up like herding. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we need to get her over to this area. So that wasn't the case.
no. Because I thought they was had more people too. I was like, okay, maybe they're trying to chase her into like something where there's more people. No, it's just
Hmm.
3 of them.
No.
I'm like, okay, well, this scene, she should have been farther ahead then.
Yeah.
She should have been way farther ahead when they came out, or just have the one Merc fleet, just have him talking to her, and then
Right.
she take out, and then you see the other two guys. that would have been better. But the way they had it set up is like, okay, so now these dudes have to run odd or make odd motions to try to. I'm like, okay, that's the one thing that's like, why did y'all shoot this like this? Because nobody should have saw that sequence and been like, yeah, print it. Nobody, not the beginning, not the beginning. Like probably like toward the end, that's when she starts ducking and diving under stuff. I'm like, okay, that works because that makes sense. But that opening part, nobody should have said that.
Right.
So yeah.
We get more running scenes, but I think the last running scene that we get actually makes the most sense.
Yeah, that one makes sense. But this first episode, nah. No.
I'm glad they did. I'm really glad they ended up making it a 2-part. I don't think it would have been perceived as well had it only just been one episode, to be honest with you.
To be fair, I was thinking the same thing because, like I said, this ends with her getting kidnapped and Bail going to Obi-Wan, like, look, man, we need your help. I don't trust nobody but you. We need your help. And basically, Obi-Wan, like, look, man, I don't think y'all get it. I ain't that dude no more. And he went so far, but didn't tell them that he don't have his connection to the Force like that, because that's the only thing he didn't tell them.
Right.
So at the end of the episode, you see him go to and I have no idea how he knew to go to this particular spot in the middle of the desert to dig and find his stuff. I'm like,
that's what I was thinking too. Like, did he do steps or like what? How did he know that? Like, how? I mean, it's sand. It's not like it doesn't move. It moves all the time. So, like, how did he figure like that's where his stuff was? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm going with it. I'll just go with it. I'll go with it. So at the end of the episode does end with him getting on the him getting on a plane to go to the planet that they're on. So episode 2. All right. Now this episode is the Star Wars episode that most people like. We get the action in here. We get the bounty hunters in here. We get a couple clone trooper. We got one clone trooper sighting, a couple storm troopers talking about get out of the way.
Yep.
Why do they do that? Why do they always relegate them telling people to get out of the way? I don't.
Move out of the way.
Hey, nah, you ain't gonna hit me if you do. What you gonna do if I don't move? You can't hit the broadside of a bomb. What you gonna do? Right. So, and we also get another cameo in here from Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah. Kumail Nanjiani is in this episode, and it's freaking hilarious and awesome that he's in the episode, because what he does when we get to that it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. So, oh man, him and the Force. I'm like, yo, this guy's got Force powers.
Well, ain't no way in the world they let this dude be a Jedi. Ain't no way in the world. But okay, so we get down to the planet, and the planet is set up like Madripoor from Falcon and Winter Soldier a little bit.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like the same set in certain spots, but hey, I'm not mad at it.
I was definitely like, this is Tokyo. This is definitely Tokyo.
Yeah.
Then they show a couple of Asian individuals. I'm like, yep, definitely Tokyo.
And we find out that Third Sister has set it up for the Mercs to kidnap Leia in an attempt to get Obi-Wan there. You know,
they've got a philosophy. What is it? Jedi capture themselves. Jedi hunt them. Jedi hunt themselves.
Yeah, Jedi hunt themselves. So she does this without telling the Grand Inquisitor, who has an issue with it. Which now we find out why she's so damn mad. Apparently, this dude's been like holding her back, and now that I get it. You know, that first episode, she was angry black woman, and I don't like that. I hate that that's the way they chose to play it. Right. And they should have said that in the first episode.
Right.
In my opinion, because the second episode, okay, I understand why she's upset now.
Right. And it's weird because it's We still haven't gotten the full like reasoning as to um why she hates Obi-Wan so bad, but we at least know now that she wants to capture him to gain favor with Vader. Which kind of threw me off at first. Even Mrs. Sandstorm was like, "Wait a minute," because she reveals to him. I don't remember if it's early or when
It's at
exactly.
the end. It's at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll save that. I'll save
Yeah,
that for the end
she
part.
reveals it, but it's at the end. You know, I now the whole time Obi-Wan's on this planet, he's trying to find out where they have Leia at, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when we run into Kamal Nanjiani as the fake Jedi, and that whole sequence. When you see the sequence, you're like, clearly this dude is not a Jedi.
Right.
Clearly, this dude not a
Right.
Jedi.
He opens up the vents.
Yeah, it's a this dude is clearly a scammer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you see it coming from. First of all, it's Kamal Nanjiani, so you know something ain't right.
Right.
Him being in there, you're like, okay, why is he here in this show? Why is he in this show?
Mm-hmm.
But clearly, this is not. This ain't. He's not supposed to be who he's pretending to be like. And sure enough, he's not.
And it's so funny too because you kind of get that anyway because there's already the Empire there. You would have thought they would have
They
already
would have got him
captured
first.
him. Yeah, they would have already captured him. He's like,
They're
I'm not
like,
supposed to be doing this. I'm
hey,
supposed to be undercover.
yeah. I was like, wait a
Like,
minute. Wait a minute. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, okay, so you're a Jedi on this planet. You clearly are scamming people,
mm-hmm.
and you ain't got caught yet.
Right.
And the
Jedi
way he's
mind
doing
tricking
it,
people.
and the way he's doing it is, it's not even convincing.
Right.
It's really not even convincing. It's like it's a really bad acting, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the stuff that he excels at because the way his comedy is set up. If you ever seen any of Kumail Nanjiani stand up or in his comedy movies and stuff, you know how his comedy is. It's gonna make you laugh as soon as you see his face.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't have his loyal assistant with him because he usually has an assistant with him, which is even more funny. But but I'm like, this is hilarious. I like how they do it. Obi-Wan immediately realizes this dude ain't no Jedi, that he's scamming people.
Yeah. And
He
it's
is. I will say this though, he is helping people,
right,
but
but
he got to get
for
paid first.
right. What's interesting in this is I think this is probably the first time ever, at least in Star Wars canon outside of Luke before he became a Jedi, that we've ever seen a Jedi pull out a blaster on somebody. It's enough games. I'm pulling out this gun on you. Like,
Like, bro, I'm talking about, and it was nice with it.
yeah.
Like, he was nice with it. So this episode has the action in it. So we do find where Leia is, and she's being held in like a spice. It, to be honest, it looked like a drug factory. You know how like in
I think
old
that's what it
'90s
is. Yeah.
drug movies where they
Yep.
had the lab. It looks like that because we know spice is
Take the
getting sold
shirt
on that
off,
planet.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they're playing off of, and that's what we see the real action sequence. And he has lost a step, which I'm glad they shown. They shown that Kenobi has lost a step.
Mm-hmm.
Like he he beat him. He beat the little thugs, but he
Yeah.
had a time with him when you're like, bro, you should not be having these problems with people like that.
Right. You
And
got
that,
trained in unarmed combat in the first place, so
yeah. So he, like I said, it comes back to him, but you like, dude, if you having trouble with them, no quiz is gonna eat you alive.
mm-hmm.
They just gonna eat you alive because you really ain't, like, you are out. That's when I first realized he really ain't been practicing in the force. He really hadn't been practicing. So he
Yeah.
basically said, I ain't doing nothing with the force.
Yep.
Period.
I think
So
to be honest with you, I think he would have lost the old girl had it been a fight. I think
she
he
would have killed
probably
him.
yeah.
She would have killed him. Like, she really would have killed him. But he does wind up finding Leia. He
Mm-hmm.
does save her, but of course, Third Sister puts out a call to every merc and bounty hunter on the doggone planet, it seems, and
John Wick style.
yeah. Except this time, this makes sense because it's only going to the bounty hunters and the mercs. It's not going to everybody on the on the street. You know, like you ain't gonna see no little baby with a little thing come up. Right? But yeah, and in so doing, Leia is like because he won't tell her, he won't answer all of her questions. You know, she's like, okay, look, I don't trust you. I just saw your picture come up on this dude you just put down. Why am I with you? And she starts to run. I'm like, okay. As soon as she starts to run, that's when the first merc finds him. That's when the second bounty hunter finds him. So now he's trying to fight and catch up with her at the same time. This chase makes sense.
Yeah, and a crowd too. So
yeah, because now you have, okay, I gotta chase, I gotta keep her safe while people are shooting at me. Now here's my problem with this. When's the last time you seen a bounty hunter in Star Wars have worse aim than a stormtrooper?
Man, they were all off. I mean, even what's worse is my man's the robot had 2 guns and he was off. You know what I'm saying?
He's
a robot.
He's double blasting. I'm like, wait a minute. So you don't have a lock on target system?
No type of targeting system. He freehands it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's some of the worst shooting. I'm like, okay, dude. Like I felt bad for the clothes on the clothes line. Them clothes got ate up. Them clothes got ate up. I'm like, there's gonna be some people bringing in them clothes in the morning, gonna be like, the heck? So
guess I ain't wearing these to work.
That's the new Yeezys. That's the new Yeezys. That's the new line, the fall line of Yeezys. I was like, what the world is? So yeah, it's one of those situations where it was funny, but it was also we know they weren't supposed to kill him. We understand that, but it's still horrible shooting.
Right.
It's way horrible shooting.
They didn't aim for the legs like they were supposed to.
Yeah, like you could have shot him in the leg, shot him in the arm or something. They was not hitting nowhere. When you go back and watch the episode, it's like all the way over here. Like
that's why the Empire doesn't pick up any bounty hunters from that system.
Yeah,
can't none of them hit.
Nobody. They more liable to get shot. Right. They looking for.
That's just a waste of money right there.
Yeah, that is too much of a waste of money. But it was just to me it was funny. It was just funny because normally like the bounty hunters and the mercs, they can hit stuff.
Right.
But the stormtroopers are the ones that can't hit nothing. It was just that scene was just like, wow, them clothes on that clothesline just got ate up. Like it was hilarious to me. It was really hilarious, but it did do a better job of the chase thing than was in the first episode. Now, the other thing too is he's trying to tell her not to jump. Like she's trying to make this jump, which is like, okay, come on, you are not in 80s New York. You're not going to make this jump.
This whole time I was thinking like the Matrix, like, but she was going to jump it. She was going to make it. Like, and he was going to be like,
her force power was going to kick in. And she was
I was like, oh, are you serious? This is going like they're going to give her some force powers. Okay. So he's going to think it's going to be her for a minute before he goes back to Luke. Okay. I'm with it. No.
Didn't happen. She misses completely, but she does grab one of the little lines, and this is where he finally tries to use his force powers, and that's when you're like, bruh,
in front of everybody.
But the thing was, I'm like, she almost still died because like it took a while for it to her fall. But yeah, I was like, dude, this is the way they've done it. It makes sense. That's why I'm like, I'm not mad about the sequence because the sequence as a whole makes sense because of how his PTSD has been affecting him. So clearly his force powers are affected bad.
Right.
And I was just glad he was actually able to save her and not, it go the other way around.
Right.
Because the way we're looking, it was going to go the other way. Now, during all of this, third sister, who is now Batman.
Yeah, she was doing some stuff, wasn't she?
now third sister she's now transformed into Batman at this point, complete with brooding look over the city.
Yeah.
and cape flowing in the wind. I'm like, okay,
She
all
seen
right,
something and she was going. And it's so funny. The sequence was really kind of interesting to me because as soon as she saw the fight go off, I was like, oh dang, all of them mercenaries about to die and they about to have a show off or a showdown right here on the top of this roof. She only like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 roofs away. But then she was doing all this parkour and flipping
yeah.
and stuff, and I'm like, how
What?
you not there yet?
Yeah, it was like, wait a minute, because she looked over, because when she sees the blaster fire, she looks over, and it doesn't look that far.
No.
And like you said, I'm like, okay, so they show, and I'm like, okay, maybe they try to do a showcase of her ability. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
cool, but I'm like, damn, it's taking her a long time to get over there.
Right. I'm like, y'all better watch out, kids. Here she comes. She coming for y'all.
She coming, she coming.
Here,
Hold on,
here she comes. She about to be
hold
here.
on. Watch her do this one little flip off this side of the wall to that side of the wall, back to this side of the wall. Yeah, cool, right? All right, she got one more. Dude, y'all gonna love this move. Watch this move. I'm like, bro, she should have been there like 3 minutes ago. Like, it wasn't that far.
If anybody got force speed, she probably got force speed. I'm pretty sure she should already be over there. If she really wanted Kenobi, he would have been caught by now. What is going on here?
But I ain't gonna lie though, it was like when she was running and she pulled the pole down, but then she flipped off of the pole anyway. I'm like, wait a minute, why did you put it down? I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand. We got to show how dope she is. I get it.
That's what's up.
It was just funny because I was sitting there like, because I had the same thought. I'm like, wait a minute, should she been there? It wasn't like she was that far away.
She was right there.
I was like, okay.
She was right there. She was over there long enough for Kenobi to kick his powers back in, run down the building, tell her, "Are you okay?" and that we have to go and leave. And then that's when she showed up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess that works. Logic.
It's one of those situations where it has that meme. A few minutes later, like that's what it was. Like, okay, dude. Like, I
chosen one, I'm coming. Chosen one, I'm coming.
But like I said, it was when you see the sequence, the first run through. When you see the sequence, the way they do it is beautiful. The way they shoot it, it's just when you actually think about it, you're like, wait a minute. She should have been there by now. But I did love the whole Batman thing they had going with her on that plane. I did like that. Now, come on now, Johnny. Aside from this episode, like, it was cool when he actually said, "Look, I'm gonna try to make amends because, do I like credits? Yeah. Like, do I do some crazy stuff? Kind of, But at least he was honest about it. He was like, look, I just want to help. So he does find a way to actually help and stall Third Sister long enough for them to get to where they need to go to get to the cargo ship they need to go to. And he tells Leia to get on it because by the end, of course, Third Sister catches up with him because, let's be real, I thought she was going to kill him.
Right.
But she didn't. She was like...
That was really surprising too. Yeah, I thought she was going to...
But she was like, I'm not even going to waste my time. She thought he was funny. So
she was like, she's like, oh yeah. I see one thing I do like, and I don't even think it's a force power. Like, well, her being able to read his mind was, but the funny thing is like, and she did this in the first episode too. It's just I think it's the tenacity of a black woman. But she was like, you know where he's... Yeah, you know where he's at.
Yeah.
I know you know where he's at.
That part was funny. Oh, but yeah, she's delayed. So by the time she gets there, Grand Inquisitor, like, she's doing the villain monologue because she's like, I got him now. And Grand Inquisitor shows up. Player hating.
Right. I'm gonna take
really,
your credit.
You gonna hate now?
I'm gonna take your credit. I think he said that before too. He was like, "We'll capture him, and I'm gonna take the credit for it anyway."
Yeah, I'm gonna take the credit. And she was like, "Okay, you know what? Ain't nobody else up here. You in?"
Right.
Like,
out of them. And that is why we only have 2 Sith.
Yeah,
we can't have any more than that.
So she runs them through. Which at this point, I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Thank you. Because
Yeah.
like you ain't gonna sit up here and keep coming up here talking trash like you ain't gonna get done up.
Mhm. He was being real cocky with it too.
I'm like, bruh, I don't know if you know this or not, but she way too pissed off for you to keep provoking her like that.
Mhm.
She's way too angry.
And like, sit back and watch as
Yeah.
I handle this myself.
Like, what you gonna do? Talk him to death? You gonna
Right.
be over there asleep?
I don't think you want to do that with her. She needs
I
it
think
now.
now that I think about it though, that probably would have been the best way to get him. Just have him
Mhm.
talk and just have Obi-Wan go to sleep.
Mm.
He'd
Yeah.
still be talking.
But like I sent you, Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And everybody would be like, huh, what? Huh, yeah, huh,
Right.
huh, yeah, yeah, I'm here,
Your
I'm here.
powers won't work on me, old friend.
Like, okay, all right. Yeah.
I
You know what,
feel you.
dude?
I feel
I'm
you
just tired of hearing
fading.
you talk. I'll go with y'all. I'm just tired of hearing you talk.
I feel you fading.
Like, look, if I leave with y'all, will you shut up? Will you stop monologuing
Yeah.
if I leave with you? But of course, that gives Obi-Wan the break he needs. Because let's be real, Obi-Wan was not going to beat her. It came down to a fight.
No,
He was
no,
not beating her.
it definitely wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I think because they were in an area where they were kind of, it was like a more of a cargo area.
Yeah.
I think we don't know the extent of her powers, but there was a whole lot of stuff running around, a whole lot of like cargo and equipment. I almost felt like she was gonna give him the Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker
Yeah.
treatment, like they did in Empire. Like she gonna be throwing a whole lot of stuff, and he ain't gonna be able to throw it back. And she
Yep.
gonna realize that and be like, "Yep, force powers all day. You ain't handling me."
Yeah. So I was sitting down like that was the perfect thing for them to do would have him get out of there because he really needs to train.
Mm-hmm.
He really needs, if anything, out these first two episodes, you need to take away from it. Kenobi out of shape in the Force. He needs to get the
Way out
Force
of
gym.
shape.
He
Way
needs
out
to
of
get the
shape.
Force gym for real.
He needs that he needs that Rocky Balboa monologue real quick.
Yeah.
Like he need a montage. He needs that real quick. Just a real just
So Rocky
uh,
3 montage or Rocky 4 montage? We either gonna
oh
be in the snow,
Rocky
we're gonna be on the beach.
Rocky 4 when it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Him out there with the logs and chopping and beating the meat and everything, all of that. He needs all of that. Rocky 4 all day. That's the kind of montage he needs. He don't need dead Samuel L. Jackson running next to him. He don't need that. That's not necessary. He needs the snow. He needs to go to Haw and find him some logs and start chopping just for no reason.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, get some of the what's the tac or whatever
Yeah.
they be riding. Cut
Yeah.
one of them up and just beat the meat off of them. You know what I'm saying? Just going to work.
That would be funny if they did that, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna see that. But
No, we're not gonna see that. We're not gonna
that would
see
be
that.
hilarious if they did that though.
That would be great.
And now,
Um,
people, we want to know from you guys, what is your favorite '80s movie montage? That being said, but yeah, this episode actually shorted. It was about 45 minutes.
yeah.
First episode about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So second episode was straight and to the point.
Oh, real quick before
Mhm.
we get to that part. That was the point where she revealed that, and I
Oh yeah,
didn't, and we didn't really. I don't think we. I think it was always just assumed that, at least for me, that Obi-Wan knew that Anakin was still alive at that point. And it's been they've made a point to say that this is 10 years after the whole Attack of the Clones time. Um, but Obi-Wan never knew that Anakin was still alive. Like he just assumed that he was dead. And she reveals that, like, nah, son, I'm gonna take you to see him myself. Like he's still alive and he wants you. So that's and that's how they all know that Obi-Wan is still alive, is because, obviously Vader's like, yeah, he's still
yeah, he's
alive.
still out there. Yeah,
But this was like a moment for Obi-Wan, because he's been having like night terrors and stuff about the whole situation, just to get the confirmation that Anakin is still alive. I know in his head he's like, man, what does this guy look like? Because I blew him away. Like he was.
well, to be completely fair, they both should have been dead from carbon monoxide poisoning, seeing as how they're fighting inside of a volcano.
True.
But
True. That's neither here nor there, though. We don't know what
Yeah,
their body is comprised of these days.
yeah,
Star Wars logic.
yeah. But and they do show the back to tank with Vader in
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
So I mean, there's that. Yeah, that because now that you say that, yeah, because they've I can't remember in A New Hope if they ever said that he thought he was dead. Well, we
No.
know he said that his dad was dead. He said when he told Luke that his father was dead and Vader killed him. We
Hmm.
know that,
Yeah.
but they never talked about that from Kenobi's point of view.
Yeah. I don't
So
think, to be honest with you, I don't know if they see each other in this whole show. I don't know if that's the thing. If it is,
it'll
then
probably be at
I'm
the end.
I'm
It'll have
thinking
to be at the end.
Vader thinks that he killed Obi-Wan at some point, but then kind of had like a feeling like, nah, he's probably still alive. And then
Well,
that's the transition into New Hope.
well, if they do see each other, it has to be at the end of this. It has to be at the end of the series. Like I have a feeling we're gonna have some moments with Vader because they've been hyping it up,
Right.
especially with Hayden Christensen. We know he's in it. We just don't
Right.
know the capacity of how they're gonna do it. But I think if they do see each other, it has to be at the end. I don't think they show him
They're
early.
definitely not gonna have like a whole
It shouldn't.
conversation
Yeah,
with each
it
other. I
shouldn't
don't think that's gonna
because
happen.
their conversation should be the one that happens in A New Hope, where
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. It's been so long. I'm the master now.
yeah, that
You're
situation.
yeah.
So, I, it's gonna be interesting. I enjoyed the hell out of the first two episodes. I thought they
Hmm.
were they were done real good. Like I said, it's some stuff is kind of funny just because thinking back on it now, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of
Logically, it was just like that was kind of off.
yeah. But as a whole, though, cinematography was on point. It
Hmm.
looked and felt like Star Wars. Hey,
Yeah. It
and
was really good. It was really
the
good.
little things they did with the story as far as like addressing the PTSD, like him trying to be like, look, man, I ain't that dude no more.
Hmm.
And the only thing that really upsets me is that like he really didn't do much to change his appearance
Right.
if he's in hiding.
Right.
Like,
And I think I wonder now because they said it was 10 years. I wonder if at first he was like super duper low key.
mm,
And then like he's like, they not really searching for me like that. And it's been 10 years and I do the same thing every single day. Like I don't feel like I gotta hide that hard.
yeah,
But I mean,
maybe,
maybe. But in Star Wars, you can hide for 2 days and feel like somebody ain't following you, and
yeah,
really you've been watched for the last 15 years.
yeah.
So
I mean, just go to Tatooine.
right. Where all the smugglers and all the bounty hunters
All
and
the gangsters.
all the gangsters are from, you would assume that a little old person trying to hide away will never get caught. Nah, you definitely go get caught.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Let's go to the one planet that's cheap to shoot at, and everybody's gonna,
Right.
gonna
Why
go
not
there.
go to Hoth? Wasn't Hoth always the remote system of Hoth?
Yeah,
Like why not pack uh what's that
some snow
animal?
gear and
Yeah,
just
some good snow gear and
yeah,
just hide away in the snow. Make yourself a cave. Though the worst you got to worry about is the Yeti thing,
yeah,
the Wampa.
yeah, the
That's all
Wampa,
that's all you really got to worry about, and the cold. But I mean,
yeah. At least Yoda had it right. He went to a swamp planet.
right. That masked everything. So
Yeah,
I mean, but in defense, only Yoda would probably survive there with everything that is there.
yeah. That's true. That is true. But yeah, I just it's just one of those situations where I'm just like I hate tattoo. I hate Tatooine so much, but
It's overused, man.
yeah,
It's
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 really
definitely
overused.
overused at this point. Well, definitely in these last three series, you got it
Yeah,
in Mandalorian, you got it in Boba Fett, now you got it in Obi-Wan.
yeah. Which I knew we were gonna have to do it because yeah, Luke is there. I understand that, but that's why I'm so happy that the second episode was
Somewhere else.
majority on another
Yeah.
planet,
Yeah.
and they did show Alderaan,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. but we know we're not gonna be on Alderaan that much
Yeah,
at
I was
all.
gonna say
Yeah,
Alderaan before pre-explosion,
yeah,
before pre-destruction.
yeah. Before they freeze it.
Mhm.
So, all right, man. So, what do you think as a whole?
Overall, I think it's a very good show. I'm excited. I really love what they're doing with it. I really like how they're also bringing back in the like the flashbacks of other sequences and stuff like that. Just to kind of to flesh it out. I would not. I would love for Samuel L. Jackson to come back and reprise a role in some sort of form or fashion. Um, I don't need that, but I would just like that. I don't
Yeah,
need them to kill him off officially though. So, if you just want to talk about it, that's fine with me. Um, but
they
I
could
also
use that though. To be fair, they could use that as one of the masters he communes with.
yeah, I think that would be really cool. I like the fact that they really brought the Inquisitor because this is the first official time in like the Star Wars like live action form that we've actually got Inquisitors and stuff like that. I mean, obviously they've been around for years and years and years
Yeah,
in
yeah.
other shows, but to actually see them and their rotating lightsabers and everything, I think that's really cool. They I don't know if they ever explained the rule of two. Rob, help me if you're if you're in the chat, but I don't think they have ever really explained the rule of two um, in the actual Star Wars shows or movies.
They did in
So
Clone Wars. In the Clone
okay,
Wars animated series, season 6, Yoda actually goes to meet Darth Bane,
okay, so
and
you
they explain it there.
okay, so outside of the actual that show, um, I think that probably needs a re-explanation for anybody who's like not as heavy into Star Wars, wondering why these people aren't like just called Sith and why they're just, the Inquisitors or whatever. I mean, besides them not necessarily being as strong as Sith, but um that still holds. You would figure if the Empire took over, the galaxy as is, they hiring Sith. Like you Sith,
Yeah.
you red eye, you Sith, you red eye, you Sith, you about to be Sith. Everybody in here Sith. Everybody gets Sith.
If
You
you
know what
if you have any kind of facial deformities whatsoever,
I'm saying? Yeah, you definitely Sith. If you look
yeah,
ugly, you Sith. So but they don't do that just because of the rule of two, which most of us know, but I feel like that should probably be explained to the general public. um
well, I don't think they'll do that. Well, they may. The expanded universe actually did a couple books where they pretty much explain the rule two, and then they explain why Palpatine pretty much destroyed that
hmm
because he had more than one apprentice at a time.
right,
So and he kept doing it.
yeah, he
So
wanted Vader out, which is ironic because Vader wanted him out. The rule of
yeah,
two.
yep. Which that's why
So
I think like Clone Wars, the animated series, is if you're a fan of Star Wars, you may want to watch at least the third through the seventh. The third from third season on, you probably want to watch it
hmm
because
yeah,
they go over a lot of stuff lore wise anyway. So
yeah,
yeah,
but it's definitely a good start for the show so far. It started off a lot better than Boba Fett. And I think this is a better time period within Star Wars because
to
it's
deal
more
with.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so overall, I'm happy. Even Ewan McGregor is back, reprising his role. Um, I I can't wait to the moment that he finally gets all of his ability because we've seen Obi-Wan as a great fighter in his younger years, but Obi-Wan has made it a thing to let people know that his wisdom was far more advanced as he got older. So I would like to see. I'm hoping that we get to see some of that in this Obi-Wan show.
yeah. That would actually be cool, and I think that's something that they probably are going to do. I'm hoping that's what they're going to do, um, just because of how they set it up so far, like with him being literally out of shape in the force as far as that's
Mhm.
concerned. He's gonna have to rely on his wits way more than he's ever had to. but I think that's going to be the thing that powers him up the most anyway.
Yeah.
To be fair, first two episodes, hey, that's how you started off. To me, like you said, Boba Fett, it started off way too slow. And I think this one started off exactly like they needed to. Do I think they should have did the first two episodes? I think they could have got away with it, but I think I know also why they're doing it like that because they got to get this one out
Yeah.
because they're about to start overlapping.
Yep.
So and it was revealed, I think yesterday or Friday, that the a new anthology series like Visions is coming called the Jedi, and that's coming in fall. So I'm thinking
Ooh.
they're gonna something's gonna finally have to someone's gonna give because they have a lot of shows coming. So we're probably gonna stop getting the Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars. We're probably gonna get like, okay, this is just out.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty much probably what's gonna happen. Um, Other than that, yeah, you probably would like this one if you are a Star Wars fan, you would probably enjoy this one a lot. Uh, just because of how they shot it, how they did it, it's very well done. These first two episodes, I am looking forward to episode three. So yeah, uh, go out and
When
watch
is
it.
it? Is it on Fridays instead of
I
Wednesdays now?
I think it is on Fridays.
Okay.
I was looking to see that for confirmation, but I haven't yet. But I'm just gonna wait and see.
Yeah,
It'll
because this
probably be
first
like
one came
today
out
or
on Friday.
tomorrow or something that I'll find out
Okay.
because I haven't seen it. I've been looking everywhere, but they haven't. Everywhere I look says TBD. I'm like,
Okay.
shouldn't they already have that? Because I was trying to find the episode count
Right. Right.
and I couldn't find the episode count. So maybe everybody haven't updated the stuff yet. So, but yeah, I'm down for the ride for this one.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
am down for the ride. Looking forward to next episode. So tonight, Winging It Podcast, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a special guest coming through. So please stop by and hang out with us there. Anything you want to pimp out, Sandstorm?
Besides the Wing and the podcast, you can catch us on my channel, Sandstorm McDowell. On Tuesdays, we do the I Got Mine for Wii U. I don't know what I'm gonna play this time. Last time we played Bayonetta Part 2. That won the vote, so I may throw up another vote to see what you guys vote for that. Um, on Twitter, so follow me at Sandstorm McD. As well on Saturdays, we didn't do anything last Saturday because it's Memorial Day weekend. We also have a show, this one coming up. I believe we're going to be talking about, well, a few things. We're going to be talking about Star Wars, the game, and kind of ideas on Star Wars. As well, mock drafting, E3, our own E3, and what we would want, and grade scores and stuff like that. So we're gonna do our own E3 on the Sandstorm show on Saturday. So
Oh, okay,
stay
cool.
tuned for that.
Cool. All righty. So, people, thank you for joining. Thank you for the people in the comments. We do appreciate you. Thank you very much. And we will see you guys. If we don't see you tonight at the Winging It Podcast, we will see you next Sunday. Peace out, peoples.
Peace.